Hello and welcome back to my channel, Brahmaloka Tarot, for another pick a card reading. This reading is a course correction and how to know the signs when you feel like you have strayed from your path. And I have prepared 3 different piles with oracle cards, and each pile has a different tarot deck that will be used. So let me introduce your piles to you now by showing your significator cards and your crystals selected for your reading. Pile number 1 has this card. Downloads. And that is with Tiger's Eye. Pile number 2 has this card, Kindred. And that is with this black onyx crystal. Pile number 3 has this card, Electrons. And that is with this clear quartz crystal. It's very clear. You probably didn't even see it. Very clear. Okay. This is a good time now to stop, pause the video, and take a look at these piles. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. And just, go with your intuition, go with your gut feeling. If you don't know which one to go for, I would suggest just going towards the one that you feel the most attracted to, or the one that your eyes went to first. So without further ado, I will just see you in your separate readings. Go down to the description box or the pinned comment section to go to the timestamps and click on the corresponding timestamp that goes directly to your reading or readings. I'll see you in your separate readings. Hi, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. This is a course correction, how to know the signs when you feel like you've steered off course from your true path in life. If you chose this pile, then this is your significator card. It says downloads. It has this lady has a blue lotus on the top of her head, and it says down here, attunement, calibration, and upgrade. And you have this beautiful tiger's eye. Okay. I'll put that off to the side. Tiger's eye was one of the first real stones that I connected with. Actually, that and amethyst. Amethyst is right here too. I have channeled messages for each and every pile. So we'll start with the channeled messages. And then I have some tarot cards from other tarot decks that we'll start with. The Tarot of Oppositions and then the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And then we'll grab a couple of tarot cards from your tarot deck right here. And we have a bunch of cards as well. So we'll just get started. Pile number 1. Course correction, know the signs and how to change. I felt heat in the body, anger, and impatience. I felt like there was a rush, so I wrote down haste, speeding up and not down. Yet all you want is to feel something, anything other than the underlying anger, which is out of control fear. Anxiety with nothing to do but too much equals overwhelm and procrastination. You want to believe in a higher source, but you can't seem to trust that. You're bored with life. You're bored with life, dissatisfied by the way the system works, angry that something seems off and you can't control it, powerlessness, a distaste for life, so you try to control what and who you can. There's a fear of the unknown, of the future, and you put off today's problems for another day. Who cares anyhow, right? So it was right there. Who cares anyhow? You're going to be given an opportunity to shift into a new perceived paradigm. There's a pressure at the third eye when I was feeling this and saying this, or downloading this. I also felt butterflies in the stomach. Are you ready? And then I heard, I know you are weary. Trust this one time, and you will be happy you did. Okay. So yeah, if you're feeling like you just have kind of steered off course and you're kind of not sure what to do or how to get back on course, what are the signs that have been going on? There's some signs, obviously, that the channel messages have picked up on, but that's just part of it. Let's take a look at your cards now and see what else is going on with your energy and with what you've been up to, and how we can kind of help you to navigate this shift, because there is a shift. There's downloads happening in the background, and I think that's also the reason why you've come to this channel, you've come to this reading, this pick a card reading, because it really resonates with you. You're wanting to change, you just don't know how, you don't know what, and you don't know where to begin. So these downloads is an attunement, a calibration. I did do a pick a card reading not too long ago, and it's a recalibration is happening. You may be interested in that one as well. And then it says an upgrade right here. There's an Ankh right there, the symbol of the Ankh, and there's the blue lotus at the top of the head, the crown chakra. So there is an awakening, and maybe that is the reason why you are here. Maybe that's why you're seeking answers to see how to course correct on your own, and you may need also some help. It just depends. So let's see here. I have a couple of tarot cards here from the Tarot of Oppositions. I thought that one was a really good one for this reading. We have the Four of Cups in the upright position. We have the Knight of Cups in the upright position. Okay, and then let's take a look at this one too, right here. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, which is awaiting results. I'll show you it in the upright position, but it was in reverse. She's very grounded here in the upright position, but when you're looking at it like this, it's like ungrounded, impatient. I'm feeling like that anger, the red color is, the sign of anger. Four of Cups, dissatisfaction. Knight of Cups, there's an opportunity waiting for you. And someone or something is helping you to there's an opportunity for something that you love, or for love in general. It does seem like you've turned your back on life. There's a lot of anger, a lot of rushing, a lot of and I see rushing as kind of a hostile experience or hostile type of action for people to take, because when you rush, you're not allowing yourself to slow down and actually to feel out your feelings. Though you do have like a really intense fear of the future, even though you want to change. So there is kind of this like tug of war. You want to change, yet you don't want to change. It's like the energy is stuck in a way. And I think there's a little bit of stuckness in your root chakra, and your crown chakra is awakening. So of course you're going to be experiencing some of this frustration, impatience, anger, dissatisfaction, ungroundedness, insecurity. There's a lot of things going on like that. Awaiting results. Oh, you know what? This is not the Seven of Wands. I'm so sorry. This is the Seven of Pentacles. I meant to say that. I was just thinking about it in my head. The Seven of Pentacles. That makes a lot more sense with awaiting results, right? Because the Seven of Wands would be like a defensiveness. Maybe you do feel a little defensive too, but the Sevens is like this opening to spiritual or spirituality in your life, right? We'll see with maybe one or two of your cards from your tarot deck here what it is. The Hanged Man. Yeah. Shift in perspective is bound to happen. A slowing down is bound to happen. This is actually a good thing for you. I know that you're like, you're wanting things to move forward and move forward fast, but when it's too fast, like it said in the channeled messages, it can feel like an overwhelm. So then all of a sudden you begin to procrastinate, and procrastination is a little bit of like a self-sabotaging behavior as well. Procrastination is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it is just your body and your mind's way of saying, hey, wait, slow down. There's something that's going on, and I really need to feel into this. I need to experience this completely. And then the Ace of Wands, it's like there's a slowing down, because the Ace of Wands would be a new, fresh beginning, a spark like that. But like this, when it's reversed, it's kind of like, it goes back to the Four of Cups, like a dissatisfaction in life. It's a turning inward, because that's the only thing that you can do at this time. Meditation would be really helpful. Breath work would be really helpful right now. A yoga practice, if you feel called to do that, or just a contemplative practice, something that helps to ground you, because there is like a shift happening in your perspective, and it will ultimately lead you to the inner self and reliance on yourself. Okay. Yeah, there was a who cares anyhow, like putting off today's problems for another day. Who cares anyhow? You really do care deep down. It's just that, looking outwardly, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you're like, no, this is too much. This is too much overwhelmingness for me right now. I can't deal with this. This life is crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and there are a lot of people who are kind of hermiting up and not wanting to they're seeing through the illusion of this life. Earth is actually a really good place to understand oneself. It's like perfectly curated for the awakening soul. It's not perfect in the sense that it still shows the duality, but that is the perfection in the imperfection. And I think also seeing the imperfection within yourself, and how like you ultimately, when you're being challenged in a certain way, see how you experience those challenges. Do you decide to just put it off? Do you decide to turn your head or bury your head in the sand? Do you decide to confront it, or do you how do you react with challenges in your life? You may be explosive with anger or frustration, and you may not even know how to express it. For me, I know when I meet challenges, I fawn, but that's me. What do you do? Let's see what this one is. Playing games. This is the game. This is a game to me, the way I'm acting, responding, or posting it to get your attention. Now, this is it's called the Love Tarot, and my pendulum said that the Love Tarot was important for the messages today to come through. Because of the Four of Cups, you have the Four of Cups here. There's a dissatisfaction, a turning inward, because the outward life of yours, you see no joy in it, or there's some sort of awakening, and your awakening is seeing through the veils of this world. So you're like, no, there's more to this. There's more to the 9 to 5 job. There's more to just having a family and living and dying and giving birth and all of that. There's more to this experience. It's a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being in a physical body, a finite body. You are infinite, and yet you are experiencing the finiteness of this experience right now as a human being. So when you're playing games with others in relationships and in your life, it's because you're almost kind of like bored of this whole thing. Like you just want it to end. And I don't mean necessarily that you have some sort of means to, you don't want to hurt yourself, but you're also kind of like bored of this existence, and sometimes may not even want to be here. You're like half in and half out, maybe even almost all the way out. Like you have separated. It's like a dissociation from your body experiences. And all that this is trying to say with the awaiting results, the 7 of Pentacles, it's saying like, you need to be a little bit more grounded, and put more effort into grounding into this physical experience and feeling into this physical experience, because that is the here and now, and that is what is necessary to move you forward. So this is a course correction, how to know the signs. And the signs are for your group. It's a dissatisfaction in life, a procrastination, playing games with others, kind of being a little manipulative, not only to others, but to yourself, kind of like almost gaslighting yourself at times, like saying, oh no, this is blah, 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 this is fine, whatever. But you deep down, you just have this extreme fear of the unknown and fear of knowing who you truly are too. And so these fears are kind of playing out in certain ways. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got a few more cards. Oh, you're the group that got 2 of these mini archetype cards. So let's take a look. We've got the River, and we've got the Storm. Oh, yeah, the Storm. Look at all that chaos, and look at the reflection of this horse, the shadow of the horse. There's actually like a shadow self. The shadow self is coming to light. We all have a shadow self. We can't escape it. It is the means of duality. There's a light attribute and a shadow attribute of self. And with that, you're actually seeing the light and the shadow attributes of yourself. You're also seeing the things that are no longer working for you. And this is causing an upheaval in your mind body awareness. It may actually feel like a fissure or a break or something that's about to explode or implode. This is the attunement. This is the recalibration. There is something to gain from this and glean from this. The Knight of Cups is like, the Knight of Cups is like, hey, here's this opportunity that you're going to love. Go with it. Go with this. So that, be aware that when an opportunity presents itself, go with it. Now, there is a time that you need to take a little bit of time out, because maybe you're also feeling a little tired from all of this. A weariness. Yeah, it said a weariness. I know you are weary. Trust this one time. So it is saying to kind of like push through the weariness and be aware that, you need to like take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of everything. Sleep more if you need to, but also be aware that there's these opportunities. This is a like once in a lifetime opportunity that's coming through. And these signs are all here to show you that you are awakening to a new paradigm, and there is a paradigm shift. And you can't control this. This is chaos. Yeah, this is this is the storm. You're in the eye of the storm. Oh, not even the eye of the storm. You're in the storm right now. Okay, we've got this like the Witches Familiar's runes, and I think I've told you before that I'm learning runes, so I might have to look these ones up. But this one has a snake here. It's Perthro rune. Let's see what that one is. It says right here, the two-headed snake with her third eye open. Hey, we were talking about the third eye, right? With her third eye open, is able to see all that is fated and has yet to manifest. That's also the Seven of Pentacles. It's like all that's fated and yet to manifest. So you've done all this work and you're just waiting it out. Kind of restless, though, and ungrounded in your state. Living between the known and the unknown, she counts prophecy as her domain. Cosmic and primal laws unfold before her, and she moves between their patterns, playing out her unique journey with the choices she makes of her own free will. Perthro, like Awaz, is a deeply mystical rune and deals with the fundamental mysteries of the universe, such as the flow of individual and collective fate. The arrival of Perthro in a reading is a good omen if an outcome is yet unknown, which that's true. It represents individual choice interacting with fate. There is an underlying joyfulness to this rune. It's also a birthing rune connected to women's mysteries, which, given the inherent risks and initial unknown outcomes, is probably why it was also connected to gambling for the ancients. In reverse, beware, and it wasn't in reverse. Failure is likely, so take no chances, don't rush. Good omen, fate, the unknown, initiation, the occult, magical workings. Carve this birthing rune on an amulet as a charm for the well-being of mother and child for a quick, pain-free labor. So yeah, fear of the unknown. I wrote that down. Fear of the unknown. There's like an extreme fear of the unknown. And the underlying anger that you're experiencing is out of control fear, and you don't like being out of control. You like to be in control because then you feel more safe. But it's kind of like it's an illusion of safety because it's not true safety. It's not true. That's not reality, right? Okay, let's see here. We've got power with the moon and Scorpio in the 8th house. Yeah, lots of mystery. See, power, and there's power in the mystery of this whole life of yours. I don't know where to put all these. I'm going to just go like that, I think. So, and look, she's looking up at the sky, and there's an open doorway with the sun and the moon peeking through, a connection between the two, the light and the shadow. We were just talking about the light and the shadow attributes of self. So she's pondering, she's like awakening to this the mysteries of life, and actually she's becoming more at ease with the mysteries of life, kind of flowing like the river, seeing the lightness and the shadow attributes of oneself and how that can lead to freedom. The horse is connected with freedom. The snake is connected with, and I didn't realize this was a two-headed snake, but the snake is connected with transformation and growth, like complete transformation. So there is a Kundalini awakening for you. There is an awakening for sure with the blue lotus at the top of the head. The third eye is opening up. You're seeing things that you haven't seen before, and you're aware of the things that are no longer working for you. We have playfulness with Leo. It says wisdom here underneath Leo, and there's like 3 dogs here playing underneath the sun, and it says a litter of puppies tumbles joyfully. Playfulness can make your heart feel full. Have you been having enough fun lately? When and with whom do you find yourself in a joyful mood? If your enjoyment quotient has been low, let your inner child lead the way. So this is there's the playing games with manipulation, but then there's actual innocent play as well, being playful with oneself, kind of seeing the game of life and all of its intricacies, and being able to have a little bit more fun with it. Though I understand when you're going through an awakening, it doesn't feel fun, and you may be struggling to find the joys of life right now. That is okay. just embrace what is right now. You're in the state of awareness and pondering your life and your goals and all of that, like seeing why you're here. This is a spiritual awakening. So you're almost like you're what I would suggest is for you to really feel into these emotions of yours, the dissatisfaction. Feel into it. Feel into the disillusionment, the lack of joy, the lack of fun, the lack of peace, the instability and insecurity that you're feeling right now, and the utter awareness of, seeing the utter awareness of your discomfort, the utter awareness of your discomfort right now. You were at for a very long time uncomfortably or comfortably uncomfortable. I have said that a couple of times in the past. I've even experienced this before. You just like things aren't perfect, and yet you're just like, you're procrastinating, you're unwilling to change, you just don't want to do it because it's too much, it's too much, the world is too much. For an empath like myself, you guys are going to really feel like the world sometimes is too much to handle. And yes, because it is a mirror, a reflection of your inner self, it is perfect for what it's curated for, like we said. And no, you're not supposed to be satisfied with life in this way, not spiritually, because if you are, then you would be okay with just going to a job and just doing the things that everyone else is doing. And I think a lot of us on this planet are awakening in rapid speed now because we're seeing the stark shifts and the stark changes that are happening, so much so that we cannot stay asleep for much longer anymore. And those that continue to disillusion themselves are going to be surprised even more so when a shake up and wake up happens. You are going through this shake up and wake up, and you are aware of it right now. So that's amazing. Keep going. You got the number 0330 with lucky shirt. It says love, peace, hope, and optimism. Transferring responsibility to others. There's progress and creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. 0330. So there is peace and luck and optimism on the horizon for you, and you will. So keep going. Be aware that you are getting some help. You are going to have an opportunity that helps you to shift into this new perceived paradigm. This hanged man is approaching this the right way. You are currently in this hanged man state, meaning, yeah, it's a little bit stalled, and you said that you wanted to move forward, but this is the way forward. Stalling is the way forward. Procrastination at this point is actually considered good because you're slowing down, you're needing the rest, you're recognizing the things that aren't working for you, and you are recognizing how and what you can change at this point. And let go of the reins. Not everything can be changed, especially you can't change others. You can't change some of the outside circumstances. You might want to start looking inward. Change yourself first, and then the world shall change. And then we have this barn, a red barn with a barn owl on top with a full moon. And it says play flashlight tag. So again, a lot of playfulness here. So there's two sides of play. One is a manipulative play, which just you do it out of boredom. And then there's another part of play, which is actual innocence of play that brings you into yourself even more. And I think that just taking the time to allow yourself to play a little bit more will be good, not in a manipulative way just because you feel you want to, because that plays on other people's emotions. Just know that Connecting with your inner child is of utmost importance right now. You can step into this curiosity within the mystery of life a little bit better when you see it from a child's perspective. Children come in this world not full of fear, but full of curiosity. The fear comes later when it becomes almost a staple of adulthood, is this fear. We're fearful of getting older and getting sick and dying. We're fearful of our families and siblings and friends getting old and dying. We're fearful of change. We're fearful of we're like afraid of everything when we're older. So it's almost like like you're trying to unprogram yourself right now. And if you do need assistance at this time, it is really helpful to get on board someone who understands spiritual awakenings, who can help you as a therapist to help you cope and give you certain coping mechanisms. If you haven't yet done so, I would suggest doing like a form of meditation or, seated practice, something that helps to bring you back to yourself. If you can't do any of that, then ultimately what you can do is play a little bit. Okay? Just be a little bit more mindful of playing, of taking the time to play. If you have children, that's a good thing. You can observe them. How do they play? What do they like to do? Can you be part of it? Can you ask them to be part of it? If you don't have children, that's okay. Like I myself am not interested in being a mother, not in that way. I am a motherly figure, very nurturing and all of that, but I do not want to have children of my own. That is just a personal choice. And hopefully when I say that, I don't get a lot of backlash from you guys, but that's just my personal choice in this world. Let's see here if there's anything else that wants to come out for you from your tarot deck here. This is a oops. This is a course correction, how to know the signs, a course correction for you, knowing the signs. And yeah, it's the Hermit card that was in reverse here. The Hermit card in reverse is almost kind of like not willing. You're going to have to make a choice whether or not you want to look inside, whether or not you want to listen to your inner pilot light. That's the mind playing tricks on you as well, like playing games. You're acting and responding and posting. This is the attention thing. Like you are being pulled away from the things that matter most, meaning your attention to yourself and to how you feel at all times. And if you're utterly aware of that, then maybe it's like just being embracing how you feel and embodying it. It's like you guys just have an incredible fear of not wanting to, of feeling what's inside. And you know that you guys are love. You are loving, you're loved, and you are love. So there's, from the highest standpoint, when you become awakened to this, the first step of this awakening is dissatisfaction in life. At some point down the road, when you start to ground yourself in yourself and have a very sturdy relationship and stable and steady relationship with yourself first and loving yourself, that grounding force actually opens up more love in your life. I think that actually is what the Knight of Cups is bringing in, an opportunity to love yourself even more. Yes, and the conflict will be released. The conflict within yourself, the conflict with others, if there is any. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Well, these were kind of like upside down, but it's just like this if you can, so that we got the Empress in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then the Six of Swords in reverse. So it's like an unwillingness to change, even though you're saying that you want to change, and an unwillingness to look at some of the things that have caused a lot of like dissatisfaction in your life. Though I know that you will, and this may just be of more importance at this time, showing you that you just really need to like shift perspective, just like the this Hanged Man. Yeah, there's a lot of reversed cards here. So there's a lot of things going on right now, and don't worry so much about it. It's going to just it's going to take its time a little bit. It's going to actually not take too much time, though. From what I'm hearing, it's only going to take 2 to 4 weeks for you to get this, to be attuned to this higher self, to this Knight of Cups. Yeah. The storm is here right now, so there's like a lot of commotion, and you don't like that. There's love, peace, hope, and optimism on the other side. Yeah, transferring responsibility to others. That was another thing, not taking responsibility for your own actions and thoughts and awareness, and the things that, just fess up, own up to some of the things that you may not be proud of. Everyone has these shadow parts of the self. No one's perfect. It would be nice to just drop the perfection at this point in time and to move forward. Embrace yourself with all of your flaws and just say, this is me, and I'm going to try my best to move forward slowly in a pace that can be deliberate and welcoming for this future, because I know that I have these fears, this and that, and I know what I'll do when I am confronted with conflict or with a challenge. I tend to hide, or I tend to get angry, or get unstable and ungrounded. So what to do if that's the case? I really think that if you guys have like a friend, a confidant, or someone who can help you through this process, a spiritual guide, that would be really helpful right now to get you through this part within the next 2 to 4 weeks. The spring equinox is going to be a huge shifting point from what I hear. So in a couple of weeks, the spring/fall equinox, depending on where you live in the world, is going to provide you with the much needed energy to move forward with your own personal spiritual awakening. Thank you so much, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the comment section and please let me know what resonated for you. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Jai Ma. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome back to my channel, Brahmaloka Tarot. For this beautiful pick a card reading, this is a course correction, how to know the signs if you feel like you've kind of veered off of your path, straight off of your path. And so I welcome you here. This is your significator card if you chose pile number 2. There's Kindred here, and it says tribe, ancestry, chosen family. Can you see that? Chosen family. And it has 3 dolphins jumping out. I think this is amethyst crystal, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of seashells. And we have this beautiful black onyx crystal, which is a symbol of protection. So already what I see is there's like jumping. I hear jumping for joy and lots of protection. It seems like there's something to do with freedom. I think actually in the channeled messages, there's something to do with that. So what we'll do is read the channeled messages first and foremost. We've got a couple of tarot cards from other tarot decks that we'll start with. The Tarot of Oppositions and the Tarot of, this is like the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And then we've got the After Tarot series here. So we'll get a couple of those as well. pile number 2, your course correction, how to know the signs, and what you can do to help change. Pile number 2, anger from oppression, especially in relationships. Life seems unfair, hostile even. You're a victim of circumstance and you yearn for freedom. You're overly independent and would rather be alone at times. Your family wasn't the best role models for you and you feel misunderstood and scapegoated. Yeah, that's what I wrote down, scapegoated. The black sheep of the family. You fantasize a lot and find yourself in daydreams in a book or two, or any form of escapism there is that appeals to you. I heard drugs are nice. You haven't been able to be your authentic self for a long time in your relationships, and that you didn't actually know who you are or who you were. What is true love anyhow? How would it feel like to not be walking on eggshells all the time, giving your energy to those who don't reciprocate it? What if I told you that you have a choice to make, and if you decide to choose yourself this time, that you will be able to step into a new paradigm, a new you, with authentic relationships? Just because someone in the family biologically doesn't mean just because someone is family, biologically doesn't mean you have to put up with their abuse. Choose yourself, my love. Choose you. You won't regret it. Okay, let's see what your tarot cards. This is the tarot of opposition, so we'll flip those over first. We have the Page of Swords in the upright position. We have the Seven of Wands in the upright position. And then we'll do this one as well. New Vitality. So that's the Ace of Wands in the reverse position. Okay. Yeah, new vitality. Feeling fatigued even from having to defend yourself for so long. You're learning to assert yourself with the Page of Swords. Wow. Let's see about this. This is the After Tarot deck. I'm not as familiar with this deck, and I just decided why not use it today. Actually, I didn't decide. It was my pendulum that decides for me because there's too many decks for me to choose from. So I just do the pendulum, and it gives me the decks that are suggested for these readings. So this is a course correction, how to know the signs and what you can do to change your course. We've got Strength, the Hanged Man, and the Four of Pentacles. Oh, with the background of the Death card. So Strength here is like a loving kitty. So this is the, this is the After Tarot. I don't know if I said before tarot, but this is the After Tarot. So look how loving the two are right here, where she's not having to open his mouth. They're both like very caring. It's like a big, fuzzy, lovable kitty, and the two of them are very much loved. So the Strength showing that there's there's a lot of strength right now. Okay, so yeah, you have the Strength card. This woman who's wrapping herself around this beautiful beast, Beauty and the Beast. She has the infinity symbol over her head. She has a garland on her head and around her white robe. And there's this beautiful lush green landscape, and the yellow of the coloration in the background shows something where you are stepping into your power. You're stepping into your power, and it's light and bright. Like the lion, you are actually a very courageous soul. So take note of that, and don't think that you aren't courageous or you aren't able to face these challenges right now that you're experiencing. The Hanged Man is here, and look, there's a woman right there who's feeding or who's giving a little bit of drink. You must have been hanging there for some time and come to a state of enlightenment, because there's this beautiful aura that's surrounding your head. And this woman is taking pity on the sacrifices that you have made for, I don't know, for yourself and for others. It's almost like the ultimate sacrifice. It's like very Christ-like, or it's like the cross, you know, the ultimate sacrifice, maybe in austerity. So you've gone through extreme austerities. And at this point, it's like you don't have to do all this on your own. You know, you're a very independent person, and you don't have to do everything on your own. Life is not meant to be that way. And then there's this holding on happening. There's an inevitability that's happening in your physical life right now. You're almost like trying to hold on to something that you know is going to have to be let go of. These are, you know, connected to finances, health, relationships. Everything must go. So what is it that you're holding on to? Is there someone or something in your life that you're holding on to so extremely that you're becoming a miser? Yeah, so just be aware of these things when you're going through this process. There's this sense that you have undergone a very challenging situation, maybe even a very oppressive situation or situations in life. And I'm very sorry about that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But this is not the time to continue thinking that you have to hold on and you have to, you know, what if. No, start thinking about yourself. Like, start putting yourself first, because you are courageous, and I think you know exactly what you need to do at this point. If you don't, take the position of the hanged man for a little bit to recognize what you're actually holding on to is not necessarily something that can't live without. You can make the choice. The choice is yours to choose you, to choose your happiness and your health and your well-being. You don't need to keep on holding on. There's an inevitable situation right now where it's going to end, where there's going to be a shift, and your vitality is on the line. There's something where if you don't do this for yourself, then you are going to be miserly for quite a long time. I don't think that you'll go down that route. I think that you're going to actually choose yourself, but that choice is ultimately yours. And this is a pick a card reading, so everyone might have a different reaction to this. Okay, let's see here. We've got others' opinions. I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. See, you were living a life based on other people's beliefs, other people's ideas of who and what you should be like. And I think you're coming to the realization now, this is a spiritual awakening. You are recognizing that you are much stronger than you ever thought you could be, and you can choose to act and react in ways that put you first. And it's really important, because if you don't put yourself first, then how are you supposed to ever help anyone else or do anything else for anyone with a good conscience, with a good heart? You know, it's almost like, yeah, like you think that that's altruistic. It's not altruistic to put yourself last. That's actually very harsh and very, you know, that's like doing the same thing that your family or your friends or whoever these oppressors are did to you, you're doing to yourself. So make amends with yourself first, forgive yourself first, and move on. Stop holding on to that which you know needs to be cut out of your life. Okay, we've got these small cards here. We've got the Mentor. It looks like maybe someone or some type of book or something is going to come through and help you out during this period of time, this period of awakening. This is a course correction, how to know the signs. And I think actually there's no bad course in life. You may have gone the the circuitous route, meaning you went around a situation instead of straight through. Now it's asking you to go direct, direct to source, direct to your highest self, direct through the challenges, facing the challenges face on instead of putting it off and putting yourself last, because that no longer is the best choice for you. You have the strength and you have the courage within yourself to love yourself enough to do this. And the Berkana rune, we're going to look up this Berkana rune because I'm still learning runes, okay? But we have a bunny on the Berkana rune. We have the bunny in a lush bed of flowers, it looks like. And there's a sliver of a moon in the background, and there's a lot of light protruding from the outer outskirts. And then it also looks like there's some crystals on the bottom as well. So let's take a look at that in the book, if I have the book somewhere here. Where did I put it? Oh, hold on one sec. Berkana rune. So it says, in the springtime, fertile and fecund mama hair brings forth an abundance of new life. She is the great mother and fiercely protective. The timeless cycles of the earth flow through her, generation after generation. Berkana holds within it the mature female wisdom of our mothers and our grandmothers. Berkana speaks of female fertility and also of the safety and shielded sanctuary of the womb. When this rune appears in a reading, there may be a birth of a child, an idea, or even a new goal. In reverse, this rune is a message of stagnancy, infertility, conspiracy, or insecurity, which it wasn't. It was in the upright position. So it says birth, sanctuary, fertility, life change, and secrets. Magical workings. This is a powerful healing rune with additional emphasis on purification and detoxification, especially in combination with Laguz rune. Carve in a slice of ginger to add to an infusion. Carve it into a slice of ginger to add it to an infusion. Interesting. So there is fertility that abounds if you do take into account your own self, yeah. You haven't been able to be your authentic self for so long in your relationships that you don't actually know who you are. Are you tired of walking on eggshells? It says, So, yeah, you're being controlled, manipulated. There's a lot of fatigue, and I think karmic contracts, you feel bound and caged and enslaved in some way, like that. The only way that you could escape was through imagination and through just succumbing to the needs and wants of others and making yourself readily available for those, so you felt like you were loved. But that wasn't love. You are looking for support and inner stability, self-love. Stop putting yourself last. Your fertility is going to come back with your actions that speak to yourself, that speak to your heart. Okay, let's see what these two are. This is from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. You have two actually of these. So what is this? Manipulation in the 8th house. This is Jupiter and Scorpio in the 8th house, and it shows a powerful and magnetic priest or shaman, stares penetratingly at the viewer. Above is an 8-pointed star representing the 8th house Scorpio, and on the headdress, 3 6-pointed stars represent wisdom and enlightenment. So Jupiter is a symbol of gain, of attraction, of accumulation, of expansion. And then Scorpio is self-control, regeneration. It's also manipulation. So you were powerfully manipulated, and you may even have gone along with it. You may have been so manipulated that you thought you were the one in the wrong all this time. I think this was probably from your mother's side, though it could have been your father's side as well, or your spouse. and it's just followed you through. Yeah. And then we have, so the moon in Aries in the first house with protection, and it has like a mother with her 2 children on a table there, and on the bottom here there's a tiger. There's another tiger or a lion, you know, a feline. So first house is of self-interest, of putting the self first, the moon in Aries. Yeah, it's almost like there was a covering or a illusion for some time, like a mystery of who you were, and now you're taking the time to put yourself first. Actually, you're demanding it with the Aries. Aries is a very like explosive and leader type of person. You're leading the way. You're putting yourself first. You know, even these children, like the mom is here, she's taking care of the children, yet she can still put herself first. How can she do anything else other than that when she has children? She needs to, I mean, of course, it's the ultimate sacrifice to be a mother. This is the mother line. I really do think that you guys have some sort of oppression on the mother line in your families, something where in the DNA it just got passed down from generation to generation, and this oppression has been on the feminine side of your family for a very long time. And no matter if you're male or female, you felt it, you've seen it, you've seen it, you felt it, and it's expressed in so many ways, and it's carried on throughout your life. So what you're trying to do now is like step into your own personal power and learn who you truly are, so that you can become the most awakened, most powerful, most authentic you, most authentic self in your life. Yeah. We have freedom with Sagittarius and spirit. It says releasing a bird to fly free. A wild bird soars on the air, limited only by its wingspan and the weather. Do you need to find bigger adventures or a new life philosophy? Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? That's what I'm saying. There was someone or some people in your family or in your life that have been very oppressive, very manipulative, very power hungry, trying to keep you under their wing and in control of you. And you're seeing it for what it is. And now you're like, okay, I know what I need to do. I can't hold on anymore. I can't hold on to this. Like, I need to forgive as much as I can, forgive myself first, and then move on and see, like, if you can make things work with these people in your life, that's great, but you have to set some strong boundaries for sure. And there is a mentor coming. So I don't know what kind of mentor this is going to be, whether it be in the shape and form of a human or in the shape and form of spirit guides. But your powers are coming online, and actually coming back to the kindred, to that first, the significator card, it said kindred and tribe, ancestry, and chosen family. So it seems like, you know, the family that you came in with had a contract with you, and your contract is up with them. Like, there's no more to hold on to. You can break free of this contractual uh, bondage and lineage. So you can actually see that how you can break free of this tribal oppression and move into kindred spirits, connect with more kindred spirits, and you may actually meet up with your chosen family. If you feel like you've been quite lonely and quite independent for some time, be open to the experience of community, of like-minded people, of kindred spirits, because they are going to be authentic with you. They will show you what true love truly is, and what love, unconditional love, loving kindness is as well. You have a number 2222 with feminine forces. Again, the female line. Relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, and humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. We were just talking about that. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge. Listen. Yeah. Line up with the right people at the right time. This is the right timing for you to kind of spread your wings and fly and get out of this contractual, oppressive bondage within your family system or within your lineage. I don't know what it is, if it's like in your community or something like that you grew up in, if it's friendships. Just be aware that it is probably from the feminine side. We have this black crow here with a moon in the background, and it looks like a full moon, or at least a reflection of the full moon. I don't know if it is full. It does have like a little bit of a crescent here. I don't know if that's waxing or waning. And it says breathe in night air. That's very refreshing, actually. And I think this asks of you to kind of just dive into your soul, dive into the mysteries of your soul. Seek out who and what you truly are. Seek out who you are at this time. You have two black birds actually here. And the darkness of the eighth house, the mysteries. And then look at the mentor. The mentor is actually flying through the darkness. So there's something to learn from this whole experience of being in the oppressed, in the dark, in the oppressive dark, and the darkness doesn't have to be oppressive. It can actually be quite comforting to know that you are enveloped by the divine feminine. And if you didn't have females in your line of family lineage, then looking towards the divine feminine, looking towards the divine mother, if you can experience it like that, it may actually give you a lot of solace to know that you are enveloped by this unconditional loving presence of a divine. Is there anything else that you need to know with your course correction? How to know the signs, how to move forward? Look at that with the 6 of Wands coming through. Whoa, okay, we've got a couple that just flew out. So, yep, we have the 6 of Wands, and that's the 6 of Wands, and you can see how this man is riding a horse. He's got a crown of laurels, I think, on his head, and then there's a female coming up to him with a crown of laurels as well, and I think he's crowning her. It's like a connection. It's victory with the feminine and masculine parts of the self. So it's victory over your oppressors. And then we have the Fool, which is a really funny Fool card because there's the barking dog, of course, and then the Fool has already like stepped off of the edge of this cliff and is holding on by the left hand, and in the right hand, so hanging on by the left hand, and the right hand has this white rose that he's smelling, and all he's doing is observing the smell. He even threw his stick down, the one that he had with probably all of his belongings in it. So he's just like, whoop, it's a really funny card that shows how you can still move forward, just like this Fool. It's actually imploring you to move forward like the Fool through this time, to know that you are actually connecting with kindred spirits, to know that you don't have to hang on to these relationships or the things in your life that don't bring you any joy, that are just extremely oppressive and extremely depressive as well. It's what I hear, depressive or depressing. And then we have this card, which is the 9 of Wands. And the funny part is, usually it's just the one man or one person who's holding on to a stick, and then 9 other sticks are there. They're all in bloom at the top. There's like little pieces of blossoming on the stick, and he's like all battered and bruised, but now he has a friend who's also gone through it with him. So it looks like he wasn't there alone at all. It's showing that there are other comrades, there are other people out there who are willing to help you along your path, who are also willing to go through the hardships with you, and who are willing to pick up the sticks and fight along with you. So you're not there alone. You're not supposed to be here alone doing this world and figuring out the world on your own. This is insisting that you find your chosen family, and you don't even have to go searching for it. I think like at this point in time, you're awakened enough to understand people who resonate with you and people who don't. You're a highly empathic soul, someone who has gone through like very terrible traumas in your past, and those experiences have shaped you into the person who you are now, a very empathic, very beautiful person who may have some bit of codependence, because empathy usually does connect with a codependency. So just understand that, and if you need help, get someone who can mentor you, get yourself into therapy, help, or just talk to someone who has who has the time to listen to you and has the ability to just listen and not give like extreme advice or anything. Sometimes you just need a listening ear, someone who will do that. Actually, I found out that ChatGPT is also a very good friend too. So if you don't have anyone, at least right now, you can also ask ChatGPT to help be your mentor and friend, and like a clinical therapist right now. I wouldn't suggest like doing that forever, because that's not a person. ChatGPT is just an AI, but like, it's something to think about. Oh, and then I just picked up the top. This was just sitting over here, and I picked up the top like this. And we have the Lover's card. So it is truly your choice. Choose love over fear. Oh, these are naked people, and therefore I can't show them. Hold on one sec. Ooh, geez. Okay, there's two of them. Let's see. We gotta have a couple of things covering these guys. All right. So we got this and then this. So the male and female are both now covered. And look, the two of them are, so this is like looks like Adam and Eve, or the female is handing an apple or something to the male, and it looks like both of them are okay with being naked, okay with being vulnerable, and okay with, yeah, there's the sword of truth. The angel in the background is holding the sword of truth, is holding the space for them, is the sun is shining on both of them. So it's like not being afraid to be vulnerable right now, not being afraid to be yourself, speaking up, speaking your truth, being authentic with who you are, being vulnerable, being courageous. Courageous and vulnerable go together. Actually, some people thought that in the past, people thought that like vulnerability was a bad thing. I really think like, hey, Brene Brown has a lot of research done on vulnerability, and look up her stuff on YouTube. She has multiple videos out there, and also she's written a lot of books, so she might be someone who would be maybe a mentor, a guide, someone who you can look up to, who's gone through that a very harsh background and experience, and she's learned all about vulnerability, and she was willing to put herself out there and teach others about this. You are the Page of Swords. I see yourself as just learning how to express yourself right now. You're just learning who you are, actually. And being authentic, you don't even know like how to do that necessarily, because you haven't been able to do that in so long. The only thing that you can go off of is how you truly feel, and no one can invalidate you based on how you feel in a specific moment. If someone says like, oh, well, I didn't mean it that way, or you're just taking things too seriously, like, or what's other things, like you're too sensitive, or I didn't say that. Those types of things are other people's opinions, and they're just pushing things onto you. They may even be gaslighting you. Just be aware of that, because that does happen in family systems. Okay, so I hope that this helped. I'm going to end this for pile number 2. Thank you so much. I hope that you know that the choice is yours to move forward with courage and vulnerability. Just be yourself and choose to cut the people and the things out of your life that are really it's no longer acceptable. Choose yourself above all else. Okay, it is not selfish. It is not selfish to choose you. Forgive yourself for all the times that you neglected yourself and your own needs just to please others. Okay, thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the description box. Go down to the comment section and let me know if there's anything that resonated with you in this reading. And also subscribe to my channel so you never miss a reading from me. Thank you so much. Jai Ma. Bye now. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. This is a course correction, how to know the signs in this journey of yours. If you're here, then you're probably experiencing some sort of level of discomfort or anxiety, thinking that maybe you took the wrong path, or you feel like you need some assistance and guidance on how to know the signs and also how to change things and help you to course correct. Okay, so if you chose pile number 3, this is your card here. It says electrons and building blocks of the universe. Electrons. Can't see it with the naked eye, but the eye is wide open. Your third eye is opening. And then you have this clear quartz crystal, which actually means seeing clearly right now, being really open and clear and transparent. Transparency is huge, right? So what we'll do is read your channeled messages first, and then we will take a couple of these cards. So the top 3 cards here are a couple of tarot cards. So this is the tarot of oppositions, these 2 cards, and then this card here with the green is the tarot of, or it's the psychic tarot of the heart. And then we have the before tarot here. So we'll choose a couple of those as well. All right. So let's see what your channel messages say. Your course correction, how to know the signs and what to do. The universe sees you, sees all of you, and yet you don't see or trust the universe's plan for you. You may have had a tendency to come off as especially needy, clingy, attached. Your extreme fear of abandonment is palpable in relationships, especially in love and intimate relationships. You may think it's love, but it's fear in disguise. You may also see this mirrored back at you. The universe supports you 1000%, but you have no foundation or no lasting practices that have built self-love and inner stability. Universe wants you to switch from instability to inner stability. Trust. Go inward. Seek your own guidance and support before relying too heavily on others. It's okay to be alone. Peace comes when you find the unwavering reliability and love of your own soul. Go inward. You are being asked to surrender to this guidance right now, right here. True love awaits. Are you ready to receive it? Yeah. Are you ready to receive true love? Ooh, yeah. Electrons, they're really tiny, aren't they? Can't be seen by the naked eye, but electrons, electricity, the building blocks of the atoms are the building blocks of the universe, and we can't see those with the naked eye, but without those we don't have our bodies, we don't have anything here of physical form. The universe is made out of energy. We are energetic beings. And it's kind of interesting to think about atoms and electrons because there's more space between atoms and electrons and all of that than everything combined. So you think like how much space we actually, as a dense physical gross body, we are. And It's so funny because like we're actually made more of space than anything else. Now let that sink in. I digress. Okay. Let's see what these cards are. I'm just going to flip them over. This is the Death card, and it is in the upright position. Actually, it looks really nice. It looks like this being is not like the typical Death card where they're riding the horse and all that, but this is the before tarot. Okay, so the before tarot, this is the sunrise right now happening. So we'll get back to that in a second here. The Death card, number 13, and we have the Hermit. The Hermit. Oh, this isn't before tarot. I'm sorry. This is the Tarot of Opposition. So this is the Death card, and this is the Hermit card. Okay, so we've got two major arcana here. The Hermit card is staring straight at you with a guiding light and a star, the lantern held in the right hand, and a stick handed that's blooming handed in the left hand, or held in the left hand. Let's see what this card is. The Two of Wands with Find Balance. The Two of Wands. Also, sometimes I see the Two of Wands as being like on the precipice of making a decision to move forward into the Three of Wands, which would be a new journey. And so you're on the precipice of an awakening, the precipice of a new life. Yeah, with the Death card here and the sunrise right above it just shows like the sun rising above the fortress here in the background. And yeah, it just looks actually really pretty. So it's asking of you to move inward. Yeah, and we were talking about that in the channeled messages. It's okay to be alone. Peace comes when you find the unwavering reliability and love of your own soul. Unwavering reliability and love of your own soul. Go inward. You are being asked to surrender to this guidance right now. And that is the Death card and rebirth, surrendering to that guidance. Let's see just a couple of these cards right now. Course correction, how to know the signs and what to change, what you need to do, if there's any guidance. Okay, we got the Devil in reverse here. Let's see, and we've got the Emperor in reverse. I think we'll just keep to that because I don't know what else. Yeah, let's just see what happens here. Yeah, so this is the before tarot deck, and the Devil, I have to like hold on to these, but the Devil is in reverse, and it's interesting. The two of these, the Devil looks even more menacing, like almost a little trickster-ish, like he is unfolding his plans, and there's a reverse star on his head, and these two look like they're dancing and having fun, and yet the Devil is like yanking on their chains and pulling on their chains. And like, look, there's fruit at the end of the tail of the woman. There's a fire at the end of the tail of the man. And they're just jiving to whatever it is, not even aware that they're being pulled along. So this is the reversal actually shows and indicates in your group, pile number 3, that you are aware that there's something that has been going on, a trickster energy in the background that has been making you feel unsupported, has been making you feel undeserving, unloved, needy, that neediness, the clinginess, the attachment. You can actually see it. You have been able to see it, and you're trying to release it. So that actually is the course correction. The plan is to have the universe help you and the people help you to release these attachments of yours, especially in love. I feel like, yeah, it's in love and relationships, and that's what it said in the channeled messages. So you're being asked to create your own self-love and inner stability, from going from instability to inner stability, and trust that the universe can guide you. Trust that you can be guiding you at this time. Like the hermit, you are this awakened soul on a hermitage, like planning to really jump in with both feet, make the decision to move forward and move through this devilish type of awakening. You know, it is kind of, it's like an awakening. So all three piles today are talking about an awakening of sorts, and they're all slightly different in the ways that the course correction has shown itself. The signs that have shown up for each and every group is a little different. This one is based on attachment, it's based on neediness, it's based on extreme fear of abandonment in relationships. So that is the devil in disguise there. The emperor, on the other hand, normally he's sitting down on his throne. He has a lamb that's thrown around his neck right there. And the lamb is a symbol of sacrifice, of innocence as well. So there's this sacrificial lamb that's he's holding on to, and he's also standing. He's not resting right now, so he's like ready for action. He's grounded and standing. But when you have this in reverse, it's like you're feeling a little ungrounded, a little unstable, unable to really plant yourself, feeling like restless as well. So these are all the signs of this, you know, feeling like you've been veered off course. No course is actually a bad course. No course is going to ultimately make you steer so far that you're not able to return back to your center. What these course corrections are for is to make you aware of some of the things that haven't been working for you and help you to regain your power and bring your personal power back into the self. So that is what's happening. There's a death and rebirth. There's a huge transformation happening right now. And you're being asked to quiet yourself, quiet the mind, go inwards. And let's just keep on going. We have a lot more cards here, okay? You're my favorite. You're the person I want calling when something bad or good happens. The first thought when I have news to share. You're my person. Again, that shows a level of neediness and attachment, maybe even attachment to just one person. Maybe you feel the need to be with someone because they make you feel good, but that is not true love. True love is not neediness. True love is something that's unconditional, that's palpable as well. You don't have to be around that person to love them. You don't have to be attached to their every action. You don't have to be controlling either. You can just let them do their thing, and you can still be in love and loving and loved by them. So you may have someone in your life who you feel overly comfortable with and feel like if they aren't around, then your life just crumbles. Okay. So yeah, you're noticing your level of attachment. Maybe someone recently just had a scare, like either their health went bad or they lost their jobs, or something with their own stability made you fearful of them leaving. Or maybe this person did leave you in some way, shape, or form. And it really shook your ground here. It really shook you up. Maybe this person was the love of your life and they passed, or something like that. It might not be that drastic, but that's just some of what I'm feeling right now. And I'm sorry if that did happen. I know that you know, anything where you're grieving, it's very difficult. Okay. We have some small cards here. We have the Poet, which is these are like the tiny wild unknown archetype cards. So we've got the Poet, number 7. I hear immerse yourself in the arts. Immerse yourself in written poems. It may help you with the things that are going on in your mind. Okay. Then we've got Jibo rune. Now, I'm still learning runes. This rune has the X symbol on it, and then we have a full moon, and right underneath the full moon is this beautiful not dove. It's a goose, a swan, a beautiful swan, and it's on this lotus flower. It looks like a lotus flower or some sort of flower that's blossoming from the waters. So something is actually becoming more peaceful within yourself, within your energetic state. Now let's look at, this is from the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle, and I'll read the Gibo rune. Okay, so let's see here. The Gibo is swan. Swan knows the gifts of lasting love. Joining with their partner, they exchange a promise and a bond of fidelity, allegiance, and trust. Each lives in the harmonious cycle of giving and receiving while caring for, loving, and protecting the other. Yibo is a beautiful and generous symbol of sacred exchange. To receive, you must also release. When blessed, you should in turn bless. Jibo encourages honoring your commitments and contracts and returning like for like. Union comes in many forms: love, friendship, family, and business. In reverse, we didn't have it in reverse, but I'll just read it anyhow. But it says in reverse, this rune is a message of imbalance, bribery, and the corrupt buying of influence. It can indicate greed and dishonesty or sacrificing too much to the point of depletion. Keywords is gift, partnership, sacrifice, fair exchange, and honor. Magical workings with its deep connections to energy exchange. This rune aids sex magic. Use it to seal sacred unions like hand fasting. Okay. Finding balance. You're my favorite. So you have someone maybe in your life that you are like extremely attached to, and the swans mate for life. So they are monogamous. When they choose their partner, they're with their partner for life. You may have a chosen partner or someone who you love extremely, but you have this level of attachment where is very unhealthy because you don't feel comfortable when you're on your own. And you know, inevitably, you are going to lose that person. We're going to lose everyone at some point. And I'm not trying to make this like a sad pick a card experience, but it's just life. You know, we love and we do lose at the same time. Is there a way that we can become okay within ourselves to lose certain people and certain things in our lives without having like go on a roller coaster ride every single time? Can we become a little bit more neutral to those experiences? It doesn't mean that we don't cry when someone dies. It doesn't mean that we don't cry when we get divorced or when we have some sort of quarrel with our relations, right? But it does mean that we don't get stuck in that devastation. We don't get stuck in that experience. We're being asked to release these attachments. We're being asked to move into more stability. This is showing that there is a period of instability here. Maybe you've sacrificed a lot and you don't feel stable still. Okay, we have this, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Venus in Pisces in the 12th house. 12th house is a very spiritual house. Pisces, it's like the symbol of the fish. Submission. And then there's a bird. See in the, okay, I'll just read this part. A bird in a beautiful cage is placed in a decoratively draped window outside in the sky, appearing as the sun in the glimpse of Venus. The door of the cage is open, but the bird remains inside. So the cage is open for you. You are open to this new experience. You're open. The universe has opened up a doorway to an experience. You just haven't stepped out of it. That's the Two of Wands right here, finding balance, moving forward, knowing that you have the ability to move forward right now. And yeah, let's see what else you got. We got Revolution, and you got two of these cards. These cards are What's in Your Stars Oracle. Revolution. And if you guys know what I like to do usually is I put all of the decks that I use. I put them in the description box. So if you're looking for a deck that I use, just go in the description box and scroll down. It'll be right there. Okay, so we have revolution with Aquarius and material. The surface of the earth rolls. A surprising change can shift the ground beneath your feet. Respond with openness to new ideas and groundbreaking innovations. As old ways fall away, inner stability is required to change the outer world. Revolution. This is a personal revolution for you. And then we have collaboration with Aquarius. Again, we got two Aquariuses, which is air, spirit, and it says spirit right here. So we got material and spirit. It says a buzzing beehive produces honey, and it does have a beehive on the end of a branch right here with bees flying around it. Working as a group can produce a result that far transcends what one could accomplish alone. Through mutual effort, solve problems by sharing ideas and defining collective ideals. The act of cooperation can provide a buzz of inspiration that lifts your spirit. Collaboration. So there is this kind of mismatch a little bit with this, with the old ways falling away. Inner stability is required to change the outer world. And when the outer world has changed, then you're ready to step into a period of collaboration with those around you, ready to step forward with a new foot, step forward with a new perception, and really feeling like feeling stable, feeling supported. This is a very supportive community that is ready to show up for you when you're ready to show up for yourself, if that makes sense. Okay. So with the course correction, how to know the signs, this like that we were talking about your fears, your abandonment fears, your attachments to certain relationships and people in your life, feeling like you don't have a really strong foundation and or self-love. You feel a little unstable at this time. There may have been something that happened with someone you truly love, and the universe is trying to show you that you can trust the universe, and you felt mistrustful of the universe in the past because of past experiences, and maybe even this shakeup, this revolution, has caused you to feel like you couldn't trust the universe, yet you can. Okay, so this is showing collaboration with like-minded people and an attachment this is not like a bad attachment with other people. This is a collaboration, a mass effort, not just from you, but from others, to help each other awaken to their higher selves, to open up to the possibilities, to submit to a higher purpose in life. The cage is wide open for you. You have the key as well. And Venus is love. So it's like the cage is open for you to actually experience higher levels of love. I don't know if you've actually experienced true love yet. True love comes when you actually love yourself first. We have the number 333 with support. Growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. We were talking about the poet, how maybe like some sort of creative endeavor, either writing or writing poetry or doing some sort of creative art would help during this time. That's still a thing. So growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. Again, community. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Again, focusing inward, working on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of complete competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. So maybe that is something that you find like you're wondering what to do. Well, maybe connecting with an art group, like doing pottery in your community, because there's classes out there. There's community classes that you can take either at local local colleges or community centers. There are people who also do that as their job. So they'll like offer things like that. So just take a look at what's available for you around your area. And it might be something that you want to do with some of your friends as well. You could do it alone. You could be creative just doing it on your own as well. This would be a good time to really immerse yourself in some sort of creative project and creative activity. This will help you to move through the gate, through the cage that's open for you. You will no longer feel caged in. You will no longer feel so attached to certain ways of living and certain people. And then you have these beautiful flowers, just an array of flowers. They're blue flowers. I don't know what kind. Very pretty. And on the back, it says embrace silence. Again, going back to this beautiful hermit card, right? I'm going to put that right here. Embrace silence. I don't know if I should put it like that. If you guys will understand what this is, just embrace silence. Bringing you back into this green space, the green being the color of the heart center, the heart chakra, opening up the heart chakra to more greater love. Let's see what else you have for today, your course correction, how to know the signs and what to do about it. Wow, a couple of those. We have the Hermit again. And this is the before tarot. So let's see, he's like, oh, he is choosing a star, picking a star out of the sky, and his lamp hasn't quite, so the star looks like he's going to put it inside the lamp to light it up. So he's actually using the star as a light, but choosing one right now. So you're choosing, that's the Two of Wands again. You're kind of like making the choice to go inward. And then let's see what else we got. The Empress card, the number 3, and you've got 2 little kids on the Empress's lap. It looks like, so the before tarot, interesting. So the Empress is usually alone, doesn't have children on her lap, and she's been shown as pregnant. She does have the gown with the red on it. She's sitting here. She has a dove above her head, so she's very peaceful. She's getting ready to create again. Maybe she has 2 children here and she's ready to create a 3rd child. Yeah. So this is again like the before tarot. You're like ready, you're getting ready to create something new. Okay, and then I just took off the top of here and we got the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is sitting down. She's playing with so she's holding her wand in her right hand. She's looking down and smiling at her cat, who's also staring up at this beautiful, what is this, a sunflower? Yeah, and she's seated. She's got a yellow gown on. She's beautiful. She's like admiring herself in a way. Let's hold on one second. Okay, she's admiring everything right now. So she's just like really content. She's in her realm of like passion and play. Like there's a mix of passion and play here. So we'll just take off the top of here again. Oh my God, you've got the masculine form as well. He's sitting there. There's actually, he kind of looks a little angry there. Like he looks a little stern, and he's not seeing that there's a wand being introduced to him. Like it almost looks like he's lost his passion right here. He's a little too stern, but there's a offering of this Ace of Wands, like offering to him. So he's like gaining his power back. He's like being recognized for his position. And he has this beautiful lion cat by his feet, which shows his position of power and stability here. So you will have the feminine and masculine power of stability. Thank you so much. I think that's all I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the comment section and let me know what resonated for you. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this reading for you guys. I hope that you understand all of this and that you're like literally right there. All you have to do is make the choice to move forward, understand that you have some attachment issues, and that's okay. Everyone does, like us as humans do. And uh, turning inward is your sign right now. And turning inward, and also kind of get ready to like be creative, be this poet. Okay. Jai Ma, and bye for now.